We were city people, no question about it. Las Vegas was our playground, 24-hour excitement, neon lights, and endless list of things to do. Concerts, world-class dining, the nightlife, there was always something happening and we soaked it all up.
From the strip to the hidden gyms, Vegas had it all. But it wasn't just a city we loved. It was the fast-paced 24-hour city life that came with it. But as time went on, we started to feel like something was missing. Despite the excitement, we found ourselves longing for something more, something quieter, more meaningful. But we didn't know what that was until we decided to visit Nashville and explore more of Tennessee. And that's when everything changed. The rolling hills, fresh air, and the sense of community caught us by surprise. It wasn't just a scenery, it was how peaceful, welcoming, and full of potential everything felt. Suddenly, the dream of living a slower, more meaningful life in the country was more than just a thought, it was a plan.
In July 2024, we took a leap and we bought 34 acres of land in Tennessee, tucked away just 45 miles from Nashville. The feeling was surreal. Here we were, owning this beautiful piece of land with wide open space and endless possibilities. It was the start of a whole new chapter.
With this big lifestyle shift came new adventures. We embraced our new rural vibe, trending in our Vegas look for a more country style. Our first trip to the land was unforgettable. Rolling hills, big skies, untouched nature. It instantly felt like we belonged.
Since we don't yet have a vehicle in Tennessee, we decided to buy a UTV. And after a lot of research, we settled on the UForce 1000 XL, so we headed over to American Motorsports in Dixon to pick one out. We tried to use the farm card to get a tax break, which would have saved us $1,300. Unfortunately, we hit a snag. I put the card in the revocable trust name instead of mine, and since the names didn't match, they could not give us the break. Anyway, we ended up loading up the UForce 1000 onto the trailer, and they followed us out to the property to drop it off for us. Went through the whole process of getting the farm card, and I was really excited about the fact that it was going to save us thousands of dollars. And we get here and the guy tells me that the bank will not lend on my irrevocable trust, my revocable trust, which is what, the property name is in. So normally there's not a problem. I bought cars in the revocable trust. It's a revocable trust, so it's not tied as its own entity, so it shouldn't be a problem. But for whatever reason, the farm card needs to match exactly. So the farm card is in my revocable trust name, and I wanted to put it in my name, the financing, and it has to be exact match or else it won't give the tax break.
But despite these troubles with the farmer's card, we were still very excited about our first big purchase for the future homestead. It feels like a dream that's finally happening. As soon as we got to the property, the first thing we did was put our custom-designed logo on a new TV. Driving our new side-by-side around our land for the first time was an unforgettable experience. The sense of freedom was beyond words and made the moment even more special. With the UTV, we were able to reach parts of the property we had never explored before. It was so exciting to see and discover new areas of the land.
Alright, we're going to the bushes trying to see what we have.
Yeah, we've never been down this part, so.
What?
Wow!
Oh my god!
Look at this.
Wait.
Holy.
Is it ours?
Yeah.
Look at the view! What's opening here? These trees are so beautiful, but the view here, oh my goodness.
I'd rather put the road back somewhere through here, that way it's unused land, you know what I mean? And this all stays usable. Because as on the main road, the height of the thing goes down like this towards Richards, and where you park, it goes to ground level. So the closer we are, the further we are this way, the height is less. Because up here, we got to go, it's like a
Oh, you need to
6 foot.
elevate it.
You're cutting into like a 6-foot berm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over there, it goes down to the point where it's lower to the road.
The first thing we needed to do was grab some stakes and mark out the property lines as best as we could. With the land being overgrown and difficult to navigate, it took us a little time and patience, but carefully worked our way around to define the boundaries as clear as possible. This was an important first step to make sure we had clear understanding of the property's layout. So our property basically runs that way and this way, which is odd because when we drive, I guess we're swooping all the way over there, so Wow,
Interesting.
it's crazy. It's definitely overwhelming because the property is a lot bigger than I thought. I mean, I had no clue how big 34 acres is, to be honest with you. But as I sit here and drive around, the road is going to be the biggest problem. I mean, it's from the main road down here to up to where we want to possibly build the house. We're talking, 1,000 feet or so. So it's not going to be cheap. Thank goodness our neighbor is really, really cool, and they're going to let us tap into the pole. That's up the road a bit, so it's going to save us probably around $4,000 or $5,000 just in that alone. But also need to clear the property. So looking at forestry mulching options. If I rent one on my own, it's going to be around $4,000 for a week. I have no idea how to use one, so there'll be a big learning curve. I don't know how much time I'll waste trying to figure that out, or just hire someone for $225 an hour. So
The next step was to meet with the road contractors to talk about how we would create an entrance and build a road on our land. We met with 2 different contractors to hear the ideas and offers. In the end, we chose our good friend Dave for the job. He not only gave us the best price, but was also someone we knew well and trusted. His experience and reliability made us feel confident that he was the right person for the work. We felt comfortable knowing that Dave understood our needs and would make sure everything was done properly.
all right, so basically we need to figure out a few things before we decide to start cutting a road. Number one, where's the house site going to be? I think we got it planned as far as what we need to do on the road. We just need to pick the spot, and he says we want to be about 30 foot wide, so and then determine which path we could take. We could go straight, which he said over time will be a problem because the water will try to run everything down. The best way is to sort of at least go with the curvature of the property and divert the water at different angles so it makes it less erosion in time. So I think that's what we're going to need to do. I mean, the biggest thing, I'm going to have to get some type of mowing equipment, whether it's going to be something to pull behind this or something, because this is a lot of land to manage. This isn't our backyard in Vegas where I get the little mower and mow it in 5 minutes. And this stuff grows quickly, so lots of stuff to research, but we'll get it done. It's exciting. As we flew the drone over the property for the first time, we discovered that only about 6 acres had been cleared. This means we have a lot of work ahead of us, but it's an exciting challenge that we're both looking forward to.
With great land comes great responsibility. There is a lot to do, and while we can't move just yet since Nader's daughter is still in high school, we are laying the foundation. From paperwork for the Greenbelt to planning farm project, we are taking it step by step.
We're heading to Charlotte, and we're going to have to fill out some paperwork to keep the property in the Greenbelt zone, which gives us lower tax rate on property taxes. So that's very important. If you don't want to pay high property taxes, I'm going to register it as farmland for use, and you have to produce $1,500 a year or more of something off the farm, whether you grow produce and sell it, cattle, whatever farming you need to do, it needs to be $1,500 or more. So that's what we're going to do right now and get that locked in. All right, so we officially are now signed up under the Greenbelt, so we get the tax advantages of that. Awesome so far, so looking forward to continuing knocking off things off the list. It's pretty amazing, look at that.
It's so beautiful. I mean, I wish the house was facing this spot and we'd be able to watch this every single day.
Well, it's possible. We have to clear all this. Yeah. Just got to clear all that and then run the electricity way back here. And then we can have this as our, look at that.
Front or back porch view.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Our next trip to Tennessee was special. My daughter Shayla joined me to see the land for the first time. We also kicked off clearing some land with a forestry mulcher, which is the first step in shaping this place into our future homestead.
So I'm new to Tennessee, so we're moving from Las Vegas to Tennessee, so none of these trees, I don't know anything, so I'm going to leave a lot of it up to you, okay? I'd like to try and keep any evergreen stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
And any cool trees which you think are good.
Yep.
Anything else, like all the saplings, I guess you guys call them, just,
Yep.
you know, get rid of that.
Yep.
I'll show you, I've got an area, I want to get down to as close to the road, about 20, 30 foot from the road, and then have you, what's the width of the cut?
So the actual cutting width is 60 inches. The actual drum will be cutting 60 inches.
Okay, so that's what, 4.5, 5 feet or something like that? Okay, so yeah, I'll show you on the map. Go down, I'm gonna have you cut a couple different areas. Go down and then turn around and just make me a path that I can drive down to determine if there's like, if I can put a road there.
Okay.
And then I'll have you start clearing some other areas, and if it does look like it's something I can put a road, then I'll have you just punch out to the main road.
Even though I had seen a forestry mulcher on YouTube, seeing it in action firsthand was truly impressive. It can really power through just about anything.
The forestry mulcher quickly cleared a wide path through the thick brush and trees, making it easy to see how powerful and efficient this machine is. The work it does is fast and effective, transforming our wild and overgrown areas into manageable and usable spaces in no time.
All right, so we're gonna drive the new path that he cleared for the very first time. Let's check it out. Hopefully it's smooth enough to make it to the main road. As you can see, the forestry mulcher cleared a nice path, although it's not as straight as I would have hoped. All right, so I'm here at the spot that I had him clear where we think we want to put the house. I think that we're gonna have to go back further. I'm gonna show you in a minute. It's beautiful, the view is amazing, but it drops off pretty steep over here, and I'm gonna show you. I don't know how good this is gonna be for this particular spot. I think what we might need to do is clear out this whole area behind me and set the home further back where it's flatter and have this be like the open backyard. We need to clear, I believe, a lot of this area, but the problem is there's barbed wire fence, so I'm gonna need to get that pulled out, and then we can clear this whole area here. And I think the house would be better set back a little bit. It's flatter back there, and then this would be pretty much like the backyard. Gotten done as much as we can get done in one day. Tomorrow, meeting with the electrical engineer, find out what would be required to run the power, and then we're just gonna have to come back in a month or so and try and determine a little bit more of what we need to do. So. We're driving to meet the electrical engineer. Next on the list was figuring out how we're going to set up electricity. It's a crucial part of the puzzle, so we met with the electrical engineer to assess the property, get estimates, and find out exactly what we have to do to make this happen. What's the depth and stuff that I need to go for underground if I trench it for you guys?
The underground will be 44 inches deep.
44 inches deep? Okay.
With two 2-inch conduits.
Two 2-inch conduits. I just want to get this over there. So 40.
I can give you a.
Oh, you give me a. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll need all that. Okay. So, worst case scenario, we bring a pole over here. You drop it here, and then I go underground. Okay. And then it's $10 a foot.
$10 a foot, correct.
Okay. But I have to provide the conduit.
You have to do the ditching and the conduit.
Okay. And how much is the conduit? Do you think? No.
No.
No clue. Okay.
It's hard to believe that only 4 months have passed, but so much has already changed. Our lives have taken a sharp turn, and now we find ourselves facing a future filled with exciting, complex, and unknown challenges. We are taking small steps forward, but each one feels like a giant leap, bringing us closer to the new life we are building.
All right, that's it. We just parked the UTV in the barn. We're walking back up to the car, and then we're going to head to Nashville Airport, fly back to Vegas. we got what we needed to get done. We do need to have a lot more land clearing done because the road needs to be much wider. Need to figure out if we can dig the electricity from our neighbor Mark and Sandra directly, or we need to put a post. If we need to put a post, it's $1,500 extra. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can just dig a little 4-foot trench, deep trench on their property to go under. So if this is your first time watching one of our videos, welcome to our journey. If you're curious about how it all started, be sure to check out the first video at the end of this one. And a huge thanks to everyone who's been supporting our channel. You mean the world to us. We're really committed to making our content even better, and in the next video, we've got some exciting stuff lined up. A 40,000-pound excavator is coming to the property to start moving some dirt. You won't want to miss this.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.